Hello and welcome back to Start Replay Plays Dark Souls 2. Sorry for the long delay. Not only have I been very busy, but this video and many of the videos going forward, basically I forgot to turn my microphone on while recording them originally. So this is post commentary you're listening to at the moment, and I'm going to do my best to talk about what I'm doing while I'm playing. Maybe a bit more of the broader Dark Souls 2 critique. I've had a lot of time to stew on it. I mean, by this time I've finished the game, although at this point in the game I've barely scratched the surface. So yeah, at the moment, as you can see, my capture card died last time and I'm in the Forest of Fallen Giants again, after having beat the Lost Sinner. And I'm trying to go about and find where to go next. And there's multiple paths to proceed and find the other primal bonfires, and this isn't any of the right directions. Where I'm going here is an optional area that really leads to a bonfire and a rather remarkable giant. Well, I didn't realise at the time what this giant does is if you've been invaded by an enemy, if you go to this giant, it'll drop a seed of a giant, and what that basically does is if you use it, all of the enemies in the world, when you're invaded, they won't just attack you, but they also will attack your invader, which is awesome. I've used it once, and basically you have to come back here to get a new one, because you can only have one at a time. Apart from that, there's a few chests, some of these pretty cool turtle armour bros, and yeah, there's all really not a lot. I think I was trying to make him fall down the hole, or at least keep him out of the way. Don't want the second one oh, bad dodge. Yeah, don't want a second one aggroing and getting me as well. Come on, finish him off. Oh, that was risky. Come on. I think it's weird that you hit them on the side or on the back, maybe not on the back, but definitely on the side, it doesn't seem to do less damage, even though really it looks like a big bit of shielding. I mean, that's what I would assume, at least. Oh, go on, plunge, plunge. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's really good. Inside here is a couple more enemies, not a lot to deal with. Bastard sword. That's a good sword in the sense that it's interesting in its size. It gets its name because it's bigger than a one-handed sword but smaller than a two-handed sword. So it's kind of like a bastard between them. It's pretty good if you two-hand it, and if you've got enough strength. I guess it's pretty good for a one-handed weapon, but I haven't really used it during this playthrough. Be wary of ambush, you don't say. That's being dealt with. Now I don't know if I'm going to go up to the gate on the right there. Yeah, it is interesting. Through that area is the whole courtyard bit where you see just before you stumble upon the pursuer and the guy, the cartographer, who gives you the key to the Majula mansion. It's that area through there. Yeah, I guess it kind of shows what I like a lot about the Forest of Fallen Giants, is that this area is very well connected and put together. A lot of the other areas in Dark Souls 2 are very linear, and although you're restricted where you can go in the forest, everything is kind of compact and loops around itself. It's very well designed. Yeah, this is the giant I was talking about. So at the moment the giant rests in peace because I haven't triggered it to drop a seed. But where its arm is on our right, its left arm, that's where I believe a seed sprouts from after you've been invaded. And through here, here's a bonfire. So that's all good. Oh, I still love the bonfire light animation when you first light a bonfire, the way it ripples. At this point of time when I was first playing the game, I assumed that giant would do something special later on, and I was kind of close, I was kind of wrong, because there are other giants in the forest and you do activate them, and well, I won't spoil anything, but let's say they take you to additional areas, but that one doesn't, so I was a little bit off there. I'm not quite sure why I'm standing around at the moment. Right, onwards. Or not. No doubt I was talking about something very insightful about how I was confused and didn't know where to go. And then all that commentary got wiped, so that's great use of time. Now I can't remember if I did at this point or not, but I think I might have had a fragrant branch of yore, and that's why I'm heading this way. There's a statue up ahead, and there's a statue of a young lady, and she's blocking a switch to a door. And basically, she was human and she's been petrified. And I believe I'm going to unpetrify her, which is what you can do with the fragrant branch of yore. I picked up one of them after I defeated the Lost Sinner. And sorry about that, but my footage cut out again due to more capture card issues, but we'll be back in 1 second. And here we are again. This time there won't be any more interruptions until the end of the episode, I promise. Probably just getting myself back ready to go. As you can see in front, there's a rather dashing young hero. Well, he's not that young or that dashing, but he does have a nice sword. It's a Moonlight Greatsword. Although it turns out he's got a fake Moonlight Greatsword. That one's not real. I believe you can craft a real one though.
Have you business with me? The way under's all blocked up, you see, by this god-awful statue. Heavens above! Who thought it a good idea to put it there? Oof, I'm in quite the pickle now. See that statue? Gives me the willies. You stare at it for long enough, it starts to look alive. It just doesn't seem quite right. There are no craftsmen round these parts. Hey. You don't think a real-life person was turned to stone, do you? See that statue? Gives me... Hey.
I do indeed. I love how he's Scottish. Not enough Scottish video game characters in games, I tell you. Well, he had that one in Tomb Raider, but he died. Of course they killed off the Scot. Although a lot of people died in that game, it was quite brutal in the end. Crawling through rivers of blood and so on and so forth. Ooh. Shame it didn't really have a great story. Fun though. These enemies, I don't know what happened to them. I like their design, although it does look like a giant set of balls just drooping from him. We want to get punched in that. Slashed, stabbed, all grim. No thank you. Here we go. Use the fragrant branch of yule. But before I do, let's see what it does. It's at the bottom. At the bottom, I think. There it is. Oh, go back. It's not a key. Here we go. Restores living things from petrification. Pretty much exactly what we need. Hello. Who are you? Who are you then? Get up. Get up. Cough, cough, cough.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been petrified. Hard to speak. Give me a moment, please. I'm fine, I think. No. I'm fine. Really, I am. My name is Rosabeth. Thank you so much for rescuing me. Oh, you're that traveller. I still haven't thanked you. Well, I'm quite a hand at pyromancy. So perhaps you could consider this my thanks.
Not exactly a great reward, is it?
I was attacked and turned to stone, I think. I owe you my life. If you had not come... Oh, I feel shameful wearing these rags. I hate to burden you further, as you've already saved my life. But just look at me. My clothes are in tatters. Do you have any clothing that you could spare? I'll take anything, whatever you don't need. I'm not particular when it comes to apparel. Anything at all will do. Just put it on the ground, and I'll change into it later.
And so it begins. It's quite funny because whatever you actually give Rosabeth, she'll wear, and you can make her change her clothes whenever you want. I didn't know at the time, and I didn't want to give away anything too valuable, so I pretty much went with the worst equipment I've got. Some hollow infantry armour. Wow. I might go back one day and really put some absolute rubbish, ridiculous stuff on her. What have we got for sale? Some good rings. Oh, there we go. A trophy for being such a kind fellow. Divine Flesh, what a pyromancy. From Dark Souls 1, I knew I loved it. And to be fair, I'm getting them all. I want everything in the game, and eventually I'll reach a point when I have it. I still haven't, and I've put 60 hours into the game. I've just started New Game Plus 1. I know I need to get to the end of New Game Plus Plus to get some of the really rare spells and miracles. So I've got a long way to go.
I have my very own teacher. His name is Carillion of the Fold, a famed sorcerer in Melfia, our hometown. I was fascinated by sorcery, and so, well, he's so unique, you see. When he set out for Drang Lake, I couldn't let him go alone. But we were separated, quite early on, I'm afraid.
Carillion, he's the guy at the dock.
I'm rather unskilled. My lord probably ditched me. But, oddly, I'm a fast learner when it comes to pyromancy. What we're fascinated by, and we're skilled at, are not always the same thing. Why can't I just focus on what I truly enjoy? Oh dear, I shouldn't be so choosy. It's hardly my place. I have my... His name... I was... When he said... But... Thank you so much. After I change into this, I'm heading for Majula. But perhaps Majula...
Eventually get them together. It's quite nice. Now here, I didn't realise it. I was in for quite the shock. Dead at least. They went down quite easily. It's that. My god. Anyone who played Dark Souls 1 would recognise those terrifying eyes. Absolutely awful. Basilisks, or as everyone preferred to call them colloquially, curse frogs. Ugh. Shudder to think the amount of time I spent cursed in Dark Souls, and I knew I didn't enjoy it. Good thing in this, in Dark Souls 2, curse works slightly differently. I'm not too sure why they changed it, maybe because I didn't want it to be as punishing as before. And I'm not entirely sure what it actually does now, but it certainly doesn't instantly kill you, although you can be petrified to be instantly killed. I do believe the cursed frogs petrify you as opposed to cursing you. Even then, there's no health deduction. In Dark Souls 1, your health got cut down to 50%, snack if you were cursed again to go down to 25%. That's gone now. Nothing reduces your health. Although I guess you do lose that a chunk of health each time you die in Dark Souls 2, so it's kind of swapped around. Now, I believe I'm just jumping back to Majula here in order to use the Estus Flask shard I've just picked up. And that was it's not a bad idea really. There's no point waiting, especially when there's a bonfire so close to where I just was. God, I do find the loading screens are a bit long.
Is that a shard?
Alright. Cheers, you. Oh, it's totally the wrong button. Here we go. Upgrade the Estus Flask. What are we on now? 7 Estus flasks. Although, it doesn't appear that I've used any sublime bone dust yet, which is very unusual. Sublime bone dust, which you can burn at that bonfire. What it does is it strengthens your Estus flask in its healing properties, so it makes it +1, +2, +3, whatever. And it's pretty advantageous when you start getting more HP, or more max HP, should I say. You can heal more of it back in one go. And here we go. And we're back. I was just about to complain about loading times, and I was actually moderately impressed. Not quite sure what I'm looking for at the moment. It's a bit odd watching me back, trying to pick my brain. Anyway. Got a bit off guard because this time all the doors here are closed. Really, that's quite unhelpful. Clever little jump, and see what's hiding in these little rooms. Enemies, sure, but I'm surprised that there's any treasure here. Here we go. It's funny because part of me feels like I should be able to remember what I did and be able to comment on it, but the date at the moment is the 3rd of June, and when I played it, that was on release, so what was that, like 14th of March, I believe? It's been a while. So, plus, I haven't really come back here. I haven't reached this bit yet, and you lose all fragrant branches of yore upon starting New Game Plus. So even though I had 2 spare before I came back, I've lost them now. And yeah, I never really found a reason to come here more than once in a new game. And I guess that's down to the way Dark Souls 2 is structured. Really, once you get to a certain bonfire and you can just walk between bonfires, what's really the point of walking through here? And as there's a bonfire a little bit up ahead, the whole purpose of coming through here is made redundant after you do it the first time. The shaded woods. I quite like the structure and layout of the shaded woods. Something rather nice about it. The way these rocks that you what are you saying? Although this area pretends to be more open than what it is, really it's a lot. Oh no. That was shoddy. Oh, I never realised that they had poison attached to the weapon. Had he not, I could have tacked it a little bit and got away with it. But alas, he did, and that was foolish. But yeah, as we walk back through the shaded woods bit right there again, and have a look to the left and right. It really looks like it's an open, extravagant area, but I think the truth's a bit rude. I mean, here, sure, this is a bit more of a valley type thing, but even the leaves on the rocks, some of it kind of slopes. There you go. You could run up that in real life. Bit of a scramble, but really it's just a gated pathway. well, not even gated. It's a bit more, it's an illusion of open and freedom. I do like the cape physics. This time being far more clever about it, not just running in. One at a time if I can. Not being hurt by rocks. Well, a little hurt by rocks, let's say. Still not great. There's a guy up there, he's throwing rocks. Lightning spear. Can't go wrong with that. One hit kill. I definitely think it's beneficial to meddle between physical attacks and a form of magic spells, be it sorceries, pyromancies or miracles. A lot of Dark Souls purists kind of feel like it's cheating to use ranged attacks. And while I understand when it comes from the sense of the pure fun of dodging and blocking and jumping in for an attack and getting out again, it is thrilling. There's some real nice momentum and balance to it. To say it's cheating to use long-range weapons is foolish. They have their purpose, and if you don't make the most of them, that's your own loss. Just like Carlos, people believe you shouldn't play the game unless you do it all on your own, fight all the bosses without help. But at the same time, yeah, I think it's a lot of fun doing bosses co-op, although it does make it radically easier. So here we go, here's the next bonfire footage, and the pathway we just walked along, no reason to retread it ever again. And I believe I don't tread it again, and I don't think I will tread it again until I reach that point in New Game Plus, in which case I'll run straight through it, and again, not go back, you know? Now that area, it's pretty intimidating looking. I chose to avoid it for now, and I don't regret it. Now that gave me warning of a boss, which really, that kind of alludes to you going the right direction. I do like the way these guys run in packs. Like pygmy skeletons. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's a couple of cheeky little secrets about here. I can't remember exactly where. Around the corner, maybe off to the left here. Just make sure I'm not being followed or ambushed. And it's very like Dark Souls to do that. Ring of life protection is pretty useful. It nullifies death, but it breaks. The good thing with that is that you can then go and repair it at a blacksmith. You don't just lose it in the same way that you lose the ring of sacrifice in Dark Souls 1. Now, the tower you just saw up there, oh, that's just a little bit of foreshadowing for later, eh? Now this reflects Summer Sentry. Why there's one about here I don't know. I mean, look how easy it is to use lightning spear. What's the point of even attacking it? Fishing about. usual Dark Souls fare, you can't just climb over that little bit of rubble. Oh no, you've got to take a long path round. And, well... Lo and behold, the Shrine of Winter. Can't get through. Seek mightier souls. That's it. Or basically what it means. Go and get all the primal bonfires and the Lord's souls that rest within the bosses ahead. You come back here later. And boy is it well before you come back. It's a shame you can't just jump over that bit of rubble though. That would be really useful. Convenient even. Oh, how very unlike Dark Souls, eh? Convenience. Still, it's gated for a good reason. What's through there? It's a little bit tough. Deliberating which way to go. And, you know, I see a lot of blood stains and messages that way. It doesn't really bode well. You almost expect something to come out of the mud or the water or something, or that lone tree to do something. It's interesting because Dark Souls starts to make you so anxious and wary of anything and everything that could be a trap. You really start getting a little bit paranoid. There you go, here's another doorway that you can't get through just yet. Now at this point, while playing it, I had no idea what it meant. But, you know, in Metroidvania style fashion, I had a feeling I'd be able to come back here at some point. Checking the gestures. Couldn't tell you why. Oh, it's a bit weird that the sound just dropped there, isn't it? Audio design, how interesting. You can hear the low hum when you're near a bonfire, I like that. Oh, danger zone ahead, try fog. It's the only way to go in the end. And that's kind of scary. More scary just seeing all these bloodstains and not knowing what on earth is it. Really, it's terrifying. When I was first doing this, all I can remember was how afraid I was of dying and how I couldn't see any enemies. Creepy trees, not an enemy. Thought it would be. That growl there, that wasn't good. Ooh, I'm under attack. I can't see the guy and he's right next to me. I can see him now that I'm watching it back in video. But at the time I was panicking, I was terrified. Look, there he is. And he, I mean, to be fair, he's very well hidden. Be wary of enemies and stealth. I thought they were completely invisible at first. Really, it's just the way they blend in with the fog. Nasty. I think at this point I've got a bit desperate to run away. There, I was kind of backstabbed and yeah, it got me instantly. Awful area. I mean, it's brilliant, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely fantastic. But God, is it terrifying. You can see why they put a bonfire here, to be honest. I mean, it makes sense in terms of geographical location because it's right in the middle of a forked road and each direction leads off to a different area that you can only get to at different parts and different times in the game. But mainly because you've got to deal with this Fiddlesticks area if there ever was one. Oh, Fiddlesticks. Try right, the last message said. I think this time I went on the brave assumption to do the exact opposite. Take the left. Stick to the outside wall if I could. That's actually turned out to be a very good choice. So it takes it right out of the fog. Oh, well, that's when I noticed it's way too have to be the right light, the right angle. And now he's got his health bar up. So, yeah, it makes it a little bit more of a doddle. There we go.
Leave me be. I like it quiet. Leave me be. What business have you here, traveller? You may call me Vengal, if I deserve a name in this sorry state. 'Tis rare to flap these gums. This is pleasant. Long ago, I was hired to defend the kingdom. I remember a long, brutal fight, and then somebody killed me. Or so I thought. I came to and found myself like this. I don't know what explains it, but it's not so bad, really. Now I watch the days go by and gaze at the night sky, thinking of the finer things, far removed from war. I'd grown weary of battle, but did not realize it until now. I know not what brings you on this journey, nor will I deign to ask. You may bear a great burden, don't we all? I prefer to stay my distance. But I want to warn you of something. My body. I see visions. My body, headless, raging without me. My body wielding my sword, a sword forged only to kill. My body will show no mercy. If you see the wretched thing, stay far away. I learn new things every day. Things never learned in battle. And, thanks to you, I've recalled the joy of conversation. If I can help you, if you require something, do speak up.
And that's the head of Vengal. Just the head. Such an intriguing character. I can't remember if I ever came across his body within the game. Oh, I hope not. Sounds intimidating to say the least. Destructive great arrows. Ooh. What miracles the old magic barrier. I could do with that magic barrier. I could do with that magic barrier right now. It's a good thing about portable souls, really, isn't it? Use them when you need to. Come across a merchant like this, it's always good to have in reserve. I'll never use a boss soul to get souls, but everything else is fair game.
Back again. I cannot lie. Sometimes I wonder what's become of the kingdom. I was a hired hand, yes, but we soldiers stared death in the eye together. And for His Highness, I am afraid. But perhaps it's for the best. We knew not what we fought for. I was born in Feroza, a land in the distant east. When I was born, we were already mired in prolonged conflict with our neighbours. Eventually, our kingdom fell, and our people scattered. I've been a sellsword ever since. All I ever knew was war, and I can imagine no other way to live. What a fool I was. I am grateful for these peaceful days. But such contentment lies only in the here and now. Why must life be so confounding? Thank you for lending an ear to my ramblings. Here, take these. I've no use for them. Go along and resume your journey.
Reflections on Disembodiment. Brilliant. And Vengar's helm, although I don't equip it, is awesome. Basically, it gives you the weird, like, lion type design around your head, and your eyes come through where the mouth of the lion is. It's pretty awesome.
Farewell.
Farewell. Unfortunately, after a nice little side story with Vengal, I left with no choice but to carry on through the forest. And I was just pretty lucky there, so I can't really see him, even looking back at this footage. I had my shield up, and oh, praying for backstabbing there. Good thing he didn't try to get me. Quite glad he tried to play the long game with the crossbow. Didn't need to do it. But yeah, get out of this area pretty soon. Hopefully. I'm gonna move sharpish. Oh god, the terrifying fact you can hear the sounds and... Oh, there he is. Oh, get him. Where even is he? Oh, it's awful. It's absolutely awful. I've lost my bearings, but I hope when I was playing this I didn't. Oh, is this way out? There you go, bonfire head. Oh, have you ever been so happy, eh? And, you know, it's quite amazing how close two bonfires really are. Just that fog section that separates them. Hurrah for hope. And you know, I thought that bit was bad. Boy, was I unprepared for what came next. But that's another time in another episode. So, farewell to you all, and we'll see you next time. Bye!